Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, today as I film this, the moon will be passing over the Galactic Centre. And as you know, if you've watched any of my previous Galactic download readings, this very slightly changes the nature of the energies of the planet, or moon in this case, and how they affect us. So very much some astrologers will talk about downloads from the Galactic Centre. Now, considering that this is straight off the back of the full moon in Scorpio, which was eventful, to put it mildly, and strong, and you may well still be reacting to the energies of that, and that shortly after the moon will be conjuncting the south node, then I thought it's well worth having a reading to dive in. So, general reading, you can ask a question. There isn't really a question, it's more oracle card based than tarot based. So if you can ask a question if you want, but I'm more looking at what sort of energies are around, what we should focus on, what we can concentrate on. Now, I want you to watch more than one, as ever. If you're watching one of the individual sign titled readings, then watch your sun sign, obviously your moon sign, and your rising sign, because it's the most important out of the lot, really, especially in ancient astrology. I am also going to do a second all signs big bulk version of this, and we'll see which ones the viewers prefer, to be quite honest. So I may then do time-stamped all sign videos, or I'll stick to the individual, or do both. You know, we'll see what happens. But if you are watching the single, then let me see, it's going to be that side. You'll see the shuffle video now. Obviously in the bulk one, then the shuffle video will be on the same screen as the reading, so the screen might be a little crowded. Let me know what you think. As ever, if it means anything to you, comment down below. There's a link to a Facebook group down there where you can contact me directly if you're interested in a personal reading. And also if you want to see all the astrology videos that I also post as well. Yeah, I think that's it for housekeeping. Oh yeah, like, share, subscribe, please. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed already. It really does help the channel. The like button helps the channel as well. So, well, each individual video. And with no further ado, let me bring up the cards. Well, it's no surprise, Aries, that work is featuring slightly within your reading here, as it is in your astrology all year, it appears. I have this new deck called Making Magic, and they have little spell cards. We have one here for successful career, a happy working environment, pay rises and promotions. Lovely little cards with symbols and sigils on. If you know how to use them, they're a wonderful little tool, it looks like. But it's more than just having sorting out things good at work. We have from the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle, I'll discuss that at the end, the self-worth card, about refusing to allow yourself to be compromised, because why would you? Simple as that. Why would you? And it's interesting that this has turned up right above the Angel of Freedom. I am always free to choose love, independence, creativity. To go through the other cards, we've got look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sag, and a new start is coming, new moon. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Ascended masters from the Work Your Light Oracle. Dwell Cool from the Keepers of the Light. Now, there is a new pathway opening up for you if you've got the self-respect and the inner insight to see it. This may be a path that you're already on. If this is a path that you're already on, then you're just getting a little boost. You know, it's giving you just that little extra something. But you are getting liberated to a point of upside down. Getting liberated to a point of achieving personal freedom and discovering, declaring, stating your own path, depending however your philosophy matches that. For a magician, they state what their next path is, not without doing plenty of divination and working out all the ins and outs beforehand. For someone who prefers to be more guided by spirit, then they are led to their path. They are shown their path. To be honest, this is all the activity of the higher self, so it's the same thing either way. But the ascended masters here are offering you victory. But you've got to put the effort in. You've got to be able to have that place within your own psyche, spirit, soul, you know, where you can step into the energies of your heart chakra or your inner knowing or your linking with your higher self. Right, that makes sense of that card. If you put that effort in, then you have here Dwell Cool with Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path, take one step at a time to happiness. And this is slow progress. Now, I think the next full moon, if this full moon was in Scorpio, I would imagine the next full moon is in Sagittarius. Yeah, of course it would be. So you've got a month, you know, to see how these energies mature for you. And whether you are grasping your path with both hands or whether your path is just revealing itself to you, this is what you are doing in the world. But there is a warning here of there's no need to be trying to set things right. We have Mahasya with rectification, angel of rectification, clarified by the Eight of Cups here, which rather indicates to me that, yeah, whatever you felt needed to be let right, stuff it. The best way you can make it right is by walking away and following your own path. You may consider it unfinished business, but it has finished. It's happened. It's over. Tomorrow is a new day. Today is a new day. So, yeah, that's it really. Today is a new day. And I think that's what I might call this reading for the individual video. That's it really. This is a lovely little reading. Just looking within and finding how to step forward for your own freedom, which Aries, you're not a wilting violet, so a shrinking violet, sorry, or wilting wallflower. That's what I was trying to say. This is something you're good at. Do it. Just listen to your higher self or your will, interchangeably the same thing, hopefully, to see what this path is. Cheers. So Taurus, it appears like things are changing in front of your very eyes at the moment. And what you are being called to do is recognize the beauty that is around you. You are being called to maybe be a bit loving or allow friendships or loves to deepen. And if there is a new love turning up, all the better. But this is what you are putting into place now. And this is prior to... This is probably even with Saturn turning retrograde, has longevity. I believe that you're going to be working with other people, but the most important thing is allow is probably the wrong word. Go with the flow. You know, as events and life changes around you, it's like, okay then. And when other people are calling you in, to say, can you help us with this? Can you do that? Can we do this together? Have you thought about that? There's an element of politics here. We have Michael, Angel Michael, with political authority. But also, bear in mind that Michael is the angel of protection and of fire. So it is of action. The actions that you take right now will have long-lasting consequences, but you have to go with the flow, which is what that Sisterhood of the Rose is saying. Also, it says get out into nature, you know, so it spring's here, summer's on its way. Yes, get out into nature. But what I noticed was that whole communication is key. So it's almost like maybe there's been some conflict around recently that has now passed. You know, it is, yeah, but because of this conflict, you've not necessarily been, oh, this is nice, 10 of Cups with a loving man. You've not necessarily had the opportunity to open your eyes up and just smell the roses. Simple as that. So that's why they're called Sisterhood of the Rose. Duh. Okay, there's a lot more symbolism to it than that. But yeah, smell the roses. Because you are in a position where you can really step forward in partnership. Communication is key with somebody else, a friend, a lover. But it is for you to become more loving, which you haven't necessarily had the opportunity for recently if there has been some form of conflict, strife. But you're going to find that you are very, very quickly, yes, very quickly, we have Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, the two fastest knights of the deck here. I think you are going to, there is certainly a level of community involvement and, as Michael says, political authority. So you're going to be getting involved in something with some form of leadership role. Because the other thing, I'm not saying you're the only leader, but you're going to be a leading light in that which you surge ahead in doing, because it's each to their own. You've got to go with the flow, and you will know what your own strengths are. You have a lot of inner strength to forge ahead with this, and you are going to be able to set a really, really good foundation. It's going to benefit your home life and your outside life. Now, this might be on the scale of family, community, I don't know, the national stage of politics, whatever. It's how it applies to you. But we have from the spell cards, the Tree of Life, the wisdom, true wisdom and making good choices in life. Now, this is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. So it's something that you're going to have to look within for. So basically, this is basic philosophy of how we hopefully live our day-to-day lives anyway. But it looks like the door is opening for you to be who you would like to be a little more than what circumstance is forcing upon you. So this, like I say, this conflict is over, it's fading, it's gone. So all in all, a really nice reading, not really telling you anything that you don't know, apart from you might actually be getting a chance to talk the talk. No, let me rephrase that. You might actually be getting a chance to walk the walk. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's what I'll title this video. Yeah. If it means so to you, comment down below. Cheers. Okay, Gemini, the theme I'm seeing here seems to be working upon your self-esteem, and that makes it sound really, really heavy. It's more a case of recognizing the beauty within you and the beauty around you, but more importantly, the beauty within you. We have from the Wisdom of the House of Night, the Beauty card, and also True Love from Quantum Oracle. But what really gets me with this True Love card is that whoever it is looking into a mirror. They are displaying that love for themselves, and that is the first step on a journey that you appear to be going on. Now, South Node in Sagittarius opposing your sign, travel is not surprisingly supposed to get more difficult, and with everything that's going on in the world, that's totally understandable. But the focus of your day-to-day life is going to be shifting. 1, with the North Node coming into your sign. 2, with the societal changes that we're going through anyway. But 3, because of this galactic center download through the moon, it's going to open the doors for you. You are allowed, this is what Odin says, that you are allowed to act on your hunches. You are allowed to act on your psychic insights. If Depends how you want to look at them. You are worthy. You are definitely worthy. And coming from a vibration of self-love was going to reveal information to you as you are growing, the guardian angel of spiritual growth. Now, during all this period, we have you and your loved ones are safe. So the safe and happy travel spell card, protection from harm while journeying, that rather feels like that travel, it could be physical travel, it could be, but I think it's more that your focus is traveling as you are growing and learning to recognize your own beauty and then the beauty of others. We have Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Now she's the one who, according to the Work You Light Oracle, grandmother of Jesus, powerful mystic, not very well known, but set all the seeds, set everything in place, ready for the arrival of Christ and the arrival of the Christ consciousness. I don't even know whether she's Joseph or Mary's dad. That's awful of me to say. I don't know. But Odin is also telling me that things will be a little chaotic. Remember that Odin is the archetype that the Hanged Man card comes from. Things will be a little confusing. Use your own inner knowing to pierce through everything that you are seeing. But remember that your own inner knowing will be skewed if you're not coming from a position of recognizing yourself as beautiful. And I'm not talking about physically, you are whatever you are, we chose this. But that decision of choosing that is beautiful. That energy that is here within the heart chakra and here within the crown and all the other hocus pocus hippie things that you can associate with that, those are beautiful. The mistakes that you have made are beautiful because they were learning experiences that you probably planned, and in that way they're probably not mistakes. They were just things that you chose to do at the times that you chose to do them, to learn what you did learn through them, or to learn to recover from that. Yes, because you excuse me, you have to give them up. Those that sense of mistakes that just flew out exactly while I was talking about that. But that also, Eight of Cups indicates travel. It indicates walking away from something to something else, or at least walking away from something. So one would assume to something else. But with the Eight of Cups, it's not like the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords promises better shores. The Eight of Cups, you don't really know where you're going, and that's what Odin will bring to you. That I don't know where this is going to go, but you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So, yes, there are going to be new dreams put forward to you, but you can plan and set the seeds for, well, for true manifesting. One, if you're getting better at loving yourself, it's not easy. Not in this world, in these incarnations that we have. The world doesn't like you loving yourself. But you're going to be in a position to help others. You are going to be growing, by which you will find happiness in the act of growing. Things will come to fruition, but it is out of the wreckage of something else. But you can forget about previous conflicts that were existing. There is a reconciliation occurring here. Possibly within the family, because we have reconciliation with Chavakia opposing Machosius with family conflicts, but clarified by Ten of Pentacles here. You know, that's firm, stable family base. The family that you choose. You know, there's... they can still be your family by blood, but you choose your family. And remember, you chose your family, whichever family it was, to incarnate in the first place. But you and your loved ones are safe. Your focus of your life is travelling at the moment. Not that you are to focus on travel, but what you are focusing on is changing. That your point of view, your point of attention is in itself travelling. safely. Okay, things will, we've got a long-term plan to work with that's just going to come clear to you now. And if other people are going, well, why are you doing that? It is okay to say it feels right. So if get my teeth in, if this means anything to you, Gemini, comment down below and speak to you soon. Okay, Cancer, these cards, this reading seems very similar to a reading that I've given to you recently, but it seems like a step further along the way. And also, this beauty card has already come out once for one of the previous signs. Remember, there's only 3 of them. And as has Odin with psychic insight. So we have, you're very close to achieving your goal. Like I say, I feel this is an ongoing story from one of the previous readings. It might have been the full moon, it might have been the monthly, I've no idea. But this beauty card talks about seeing the internal beauty of yourself, as well as seeing the beauty that is around you, and to take the opportunity in that to rest, rejuvenate, just retreat for a moment, which is something that Cancer is very, very good at doing. But there is success to be found in this. So I think your active period is not coming just yet. These full moon, well, with the full moon in Scorpio just gone, you know, revealing the hidden feelings and hidden emotions. Maybe there was a few home truths that came out one way or another, in either direction, to you or from you. But there is success coming. But right now, concentrate on seeing your own inner beauty. The fact that even if the full moon in Scorpio was making you go rah, 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 at somebody, that's okay, because it's got you to where you are right now. Now, what Odin promises, remember, he is the Hanged Man of the tarot, or rather the Hanged Man is based upon him, upon the archetype of him hanging upside down for 7 days and 7 nights on Yggdrasil to gain wisdom. But yes, there's, what a surprise, Cancer, you've got the crap card of the Queen of Swords. So for the beauty, there's certain things where just let it go. Let it go. So you did whatever. Let it go. It's time to move on now. Right, so we have, okay, what a curious mix. So you can manifest right now, and you can manifest really well, but it is through the act of resting and looking within, you know, not just resting as in, yeah, let's turn on Netflix and binge out to that, but actually fully resting, meditating, looking over any grudges that you hold against yourself and forgiving yourself of them. You know, so you did a bad thing, so you said something in haste. It happens. It can either be fixed or it can't. And if it can't, it was probably supposed to be that way. That's fine. Doesn't mean it's broken forever. Or maybe, thankfully, that means it's broken forever. Whichever one works for you. But we have a happy success that you are going to be able to share, that you are going to be able to give out to others. You have to follow your own insights and your own hunches. Now, the other thing is, this is almost like, oh, I'm going to go spoddy on you now. Think about the 5th Doctor Who, the Peter Davison one. He had his regeneration, but had to stabilize it, so he went in this 0 room and what have you. This is what's going on for you. There is a rejuvenation with Nithael here, who is, this is your time in the 0 room. This is your time pulling everything back together to suddenly burst out afterwards with the King of Wands energy. Ta-da! Here's the new me. Silly scarf and all. Or, what was it? A celery thing, wasn't it? He had a stick of celery or something. I should so know that. But we have the guardian angel of young adults. I am guided and protected as I begin to choose my path in life with Nithael and rejuvenation. Now the spell cards that fell out, we have prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success, and triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself. I hadn't even read that one. The divine and the earthly. So what was I saying about forgiving yourself and seeing your own inner beauty? You are a little piece of God, of the divine. How can you be anything else? But we come down here and we do all sorts of things. Some stupid, some not maybe based in the highest of vibrations, but it's okay if you recognize that and simply go, well, I'm not doing that again. I'm glad I gave myself that learning experience. It is with the nodes moving signs as well. It's especially with the North Node leaving your sign. It's almost taking the pressure off for your future, allowing yourself to look at the present. At least that's slightly how I'm interpreting it. But I think numerous professional astrologers will probably have me shot for that. But I do feel like it's almost taking the pressure off for a moment, because you've had this drive pushing you, and now you've just got the chance to go, okay, let's just take stock a moment. And if you take stock, something's coming out of this. 10 of Pentacles here, prosperity here, happy success. Something's coming out of this that puts you in a position that's good for you and good for others. Let's have a look at the... Yes, there is... If you take this opportunity for retreat and therefore rejuvenation. So where I say rest, that's probably physically. It's not necessarily emotionally. Apart from, it's like you rest between exercises in the gym. You emotionally process something, let it go, and really let it go, because it's beautiful that it's gone, but it was also beautiful that you were dealing with it, and it's beautiful that it happened. That can take some mental gymnastics to get into that attitude, depending on whatever it is, but you wouldn't be who you are right now if it wasn't for that thing happening. And if you were doing, if there's things that you've done that you're not happy with, oh well, they were a learning experience. Maybe you were being moved to do them for more reasons than what you just understand. Because the Queen of Swords, kings and queens, just like God, can work in mysterious ways on first glance. But you're very close to achieving your goal. And I still want to draw out another card. Yes, you've got the strength to go and grab all of this. So these galactic download energies, or lunar galactic download energies for you this time, that's, well, I think I'll call the reading regeneration. Or even, because this feels quite magical, so I might even say 5th regeneration. Cheers. Okay, Leo, I think you are being asked with this lunar galactic download energy just to take a step back for the moment. We have meditate and contemplate with the new moon in Pisces, invisible from the wisdom of the house of night, and Hilarion, divine healing even. Hilarion is one of the ascended masters, and his message here is honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Now, it almost looks to me like you are being asked to step back, be proud of what you have achieved so far, but step back because it is time for you to envision a new future, a better future, a future where everybody is recognizing the equality of everything, but that doesn't mean that anybody is dismissing the individuality of anything. You know, so we have the all things are equal and all things are diverse. But where you know that a mosquito is no worse than you and the sun is no better. Which I think was a lovely image out of the book for this card. It's always stuck in my head, that one. But Lemuria, as the Work Your Light Oracle calls it, is the time before we were kicked out of Eden. Where everything was working nicely and we were respecting the Mother Earth and blah, 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 kumbaya, you know, all of the things that if you're into being a light worker or anything like that, all of the things that you're wanting to aim for. Bear in mind, we're in a 3D reality and we still require challenge, else what's the point in being here? It'll be pretty boring if we didn't have some form of challenge or another. I was listening to a video today saying about how with incarnating here, we're given a set specific amount of tools to then see what we can do with them. And there are specific limitations set upon us. Now, various philosophies all say that now is a time that we have to start removing those limitations. Yeah, easier said than done, one step at a time. And your step right now is to step back and appreciate the fact that not everybody will recognize who and what you are. I mean, stepping back in and of itself might be a burden, or people might not be recognizing the burden that you've been carrying. But right now, you need to just step back and work on your own healing and, more importantly, visualize and plan. We have planning and action here. How you are going to change your new world. You know, you hear all this talk at the moment about the new normal. Well, you can decide within reason, you can decide what your new normal will be. You can decide how to shape it. We've not been quite given a blank slate, but things have changed tremendously. And if you look at the astrology for the rest of the year, things are going to keep changing as well. So we're going to see all sorts of different changes and political debates, let's put it that way. We have the guardian angel of young love. I accept love with gratitude. I am opened and made whole by its beauty. Maybe this is something that you are required to, maybe love's coming in. There seems to be some heartbreak to get over here. And planning and action, not all your plans are going to come into fruition. So that's why you need to step back. You need that time of reflection so that you can see just what quite is falling to pieces and what isn't. Because the interesting thing is, with this planning and action card, you can tell that this mansion here is built on a sphere, on an undulating map. And that bit there at the side looks, let me hold it up to the big camera, very much looks like it's going to topple over any moment. So there was the implication of, especially with the shading that's around it, even though they're map shadings, the shading that's around it implied the Tower card to me, especially when clarified by the Three of Hearts. There's certain, okay, be proud in who you are, but I think there's certain burdens that you maybe need to put down because people haven't been recognizing that you're carrying them anyway. And you may well be proud that you've been carrying these burdens, but it's been hurting you at the same time. You need to plan how to move forward. Now, obviously, this guardian angel of young love, there is new friendships, new love, or even a new passion for a topic or subject is going to come in. But it's not going to be without some mental conflict, debate, argument. You know, not conflict, but just mental conflict. But that's a good thing because you're getting to sharpen your skills. Often the Five of Wands, I mean, here they seem purely argumentative, but often the Five of Wands can look like it's five young men sparring. But again, 5 is a number of freedom as well as challenge. I mean, the two are intertwined. You can't have freedom without challenge. You know, there's what's the phrase? The tree of liberty is watered with the blood of saints, blood of patriots. So you can't have freedom without challenge. You've got to have challenge. But you've also got to recognize what burdens are worth carrying on and what burdens are hurting you. The final card is the spell card here, Triple Moon. Have I gone through all the cards? Yes, we've got Ilahia with success, which this bodes well if you are going to plan. And if you are going to spend that time, the World with the Lemuria card, really visualizing and planning, how do I make my perfect world? We are all creators of our own reality. We are conscious co-creators of reality. There are rules that we have decided to abide by. That's called science. But on more a societal level, we've got a blank canvas. So examine all your burdens, put the ones down, especially the ones that aren't being noticed, because that's only causing you pain. And why cause yourself pain when there's all this new argument you can get into? But that's stretching your wings, maturing. And yes, you want maybe an element of teenage passion in that. We have, for the spell card, Triple Moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. And on the bottom of the deck, so I'm going to pull that one, is the Fool. This offers a new beginning. But to have that new beginning, you need to step back. So if this means anything to you, Leo, comment down below. You know this plot. And speak to you soon. Okay, Virgo, these cards almost look to me like they're saying get out of the fump. You know, get out of feeling a little miserable and ignored. You may have conflict that is around you at the moment, but you need to do something that helps you recognize the inner beauty of yourself and to recognize the love that is around you, because you're being called here, dance with life card. Do something to change your energy. And if you do that, we open up with Lord Ganesh and infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. This invisible card from the House of Night Oracle indicates either needing to take a step back or that you are feeling that people aren't recognizing what you've been doing, what you are contributing, or just you for you. There may well be some form of love coming in or some improvement in a relationship if there is one, because we have, with the True Love card, we've also got the spell card of Love Charm, attract a lover, soulmate or life partner. So there is a chance for an improvement of love or new love coming in if you get out of this slump, get out of this, and they don't even see what I do for them, you know, whatever this is. I mean, that isn't necessarily relationship based. That could be work based, that could be family based, that could be you not recognizing your own accomplishments. Since with this True Love card, the one thing that often strikes me with it is that the fact that this is someone looking at themselves in a mirror. A magic mirror nonetheless, but in a mirror. Oh, magic mirror. So there is, maybe do some mirror work. If you're wanting to attract love into your life, do some mirror work. But the mirror work is sit and admire yourself in the mirror. And recognize your good points, so you can, whether they are internal or external, so that you can beam that out in basic law of attraction philosophy. Do you know what I mean? Don't look in the mirror and go, oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly, and I'm old, and I've got wrinkles, and I need to lose 15 pounds, or what have you. Go, look at my eyes. Look at my heart, look at my voice, look at what I've done. Look at how much it has taken for me to get here. So this invisibility, it may be step back from a conflict, but I rather feel that this invisibility is taking a moment to study for yourself here, but the lack of recognition will be changed. You need to approach something with a teenage wild abundance. We have the guardian angel of youth here. As I share my enthusiasm, humour and sense of fun, I protect and honour my youthful spirit. Okay, it's been pretty serious on the planet recently. When did you last share your enthusiasm, humour and sense of fun? And if you can say, oh, half an hour ago, great, you're on the right path. If you can't, pull your head out of wherever and have a bit of fun, dance with life. There's an element of releasing stubbornness as well, because with that invisibility card, I'm feeling that grumbly, they don't know what I'm, as I said, get out of your fump. But we have, I don't know how to pronounce that one, Iazel, with divine comfort, Rahael with love and submission. So there's something that you have to give up for the sake of love, and that giving up might be being in a bad mood and acting like a spoilt teenager. So just in case that is you've had your wrist thoroughly slapped, get over it. Guardian angel of youth. I protect and honour my youthful spirit. It has its place. You use it in a way that honours it, not in a way that your parents would have told you off for, or probably still do. But what you set into motion right now has longevity here with Sehia. Card number 28 anyway. Oh, that's so we have 10, 11 and 4. Yeah, there's no, those are both 4s as well. So, oh yeah, so yeah, angel number 444. This is a time for manifesting, which Ganesh is enforcing that message. Let's dive into the tarot, because mind you, I've really got quite a lot from them cards there. Okay, what we got? It's time. So yes, you have got to, yeah, you've got to free yourself from anxiety, get yourself out of the fump, you know, dance with life, not trapped in the 8 of Swords. If someone's invisible, it means that they've been looking to themselves for whatever reason, and you probably have as well. You might not be as invisible as you think, yes. Oh look, and Lord Ganesh with infinite abundance clarified by the 10 of Pentacles. So again, let's say the first card here, and I don't think I've mentioned it yet, is your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So there has been something where you have been working towards something, and that may well be the thing that you don't feel recognized at. Patience, young Padawan, it's coming. Yes, you have to be strict and wise with your youthful energy. Like I say, turn it into the wild abandon, turn it into the joy, turn it into the fascination. Don't turn it into stroppy teenage tantrums. But with the love charm, that's been clarified by the Ace of Wands. So if you're single and you're wanting to change that, do something to change your life, and Ace of Wands time. If you know what the symbolism for that is, I will leave that with you, and if you don't, look it up. I don't want to get censored by YouTube. So if this means anything to you, Virgo, comment down below. See you later. Well, Libra, it looks to me like, well, there are two messages here. The first one is This energy is calling you to look at what you want and precisely why you want it. Let me just go through the cards to demonstrate. We have, firstly, and this is the second message, believe in the impossible with the blue moon card. We have lust out of the wisdom of the House of the Night. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing and rewriting the future. And on the note of rewriting the future, we have the new beginnings card from the Quantum Oracle. And then finally, Melchizedek, higher learning. You have learned from experience. Now more inner study is now required to further progress. We have the Archangel Gabriel. I am made whole by the message of love, brotherhood and freedom. Veolia with prosperity, and Sabnok with fall of empire. And for your spell card, Awen, 3 rays of light, balancing the male and female energies, peace and harmony. So, the lust card calls you to look at what you want, and more to the point, why do you want it? Now, maybe there's some form of family baggage here, because with that being followed immediately with the break the chain about ancestral patterns, you do need to look at what the lust card says is that with every lust there is a hidden agenda. What's yours? So what do you want and why do you want it? Now, I do believe that with the believe in the impossible card, there is something that you want that you may well receive, but not until you have done the work of almost releasing the attachment to it. Like when you cast a spell, you focus all of your intent into the candle, for example, and then when you are finished, when you have exhausted yourself, you have no more of that intent left in you. You have just, it's done. It's gone out into the universe and you know that it will do its job, and then you go and make a sandwich. And literally, that's a really good grounding technique. Go and make a sandwich. But there's, it is a matter of releasing your attachment to things, because if there's things that you want, do you really want them? Why do you want them? How will you be affected if you get them? But something there is coming your way, but not everything. Some things, I think, when I add the tarot, I won't be surprised if the 8 of Cups shows up, because it's like, yeah, no, there's something that you need to give up on, or a sword card, for example. But by doing that, there is prosperity coming your way, something that is coming your way that will make you go, oh, wow. And I think this may be from news, if you think that the Archangel Gabriel was the one who gave the Annunciation to Mary. But also what it is that you are lusting after. Is it some form of love and brotherhood? And more importantly, is it freedom? Are you able to, if it's a person and you get what you want from this person, will they then still be free? Or are you exerting some form of control? That really is being called to examine everything. And this is what Melchizedek is saying, with that more inner study is now required. It's aligning yourself with your highest possible purpose, because the law of manifestation says that you will get what you want. Therefore, you have to look at your wants and what is motivating them and why they are there. So like I say, there's a dual message in there, because something's coming for you, something good with this prosperity, but in the meantime, if you're still focused on this other thing that you're lusting after, you may well miss it. So let's have a look what the tarot have to say. And okay, so come here. What it is that you are wanting, if you examine your reasons for why you're wanting it and you're still coming up with the answer that you want it, that's a good thing. But by releasing the attachment and breaking the chains, you are putting yourself in a position to help others. You will be leading by example. It may well be that you will have an effect across your family or your community. you will have new beginnings with something that is still tied to the past. There is an element of continuity here. There is a gift being given in this Six of Cups card. Now, sometimes I can feel that that's a bit, you know, do you really want that gift? But here, fine, it's happy. It's almost like there's a surprise coming, which again, believe in the impossible. There's a surprise coming. You may be the person that creates this surprise. But there is a surprise coming that is a new beginning, but still is tied to the past. It's another chapter. Or more to the point, if we were going to look at the idea of books, it's a second book. You know, there's... and here we have the Five of Cups. Looking at your lessons, looking at what you've lost already as a result of your lusts and actions. But also realizing just what precisely you still have left. There is a lot left there for you, but the new dream is being presented to you, like I say, possibly through a message from other people, and their prosperity with the Ualia, is clarified here by the Ten of Cups, better than wish fulfillment. So whatever this thing you're lusting after is, lust after it a little less. Release that attachment and you'll either get it or you'll get something better. But you need to be balancing your own energies, your wants, your needs, your desires, your masculine, your feminine. And I would remind you about the fivefold nature of humanity, as Queen Cup tends to point out. Masculine, feminine, inner child, inner shadow, inner angel. So I would say inner demon, inner angel. You know, just also because you get that nice cartoon image. But if you release some of your attachments and figure out what is it you want and why do you want it, and if you realize it's because your father brought you up to always want this, or your grandfather, or the family tradition, or the this, that and the other, go, hang on a minute, do I want it? And if you do want it, put that call out into the universe and then forget about it. It's more important that you are achieving your inner balance at the moment, and that in and of itself will bring the manifestation around. So if that means anything to you, Libra, comment down below. It's always nice to hear from you, and speak to you soon. Okay, Scorpio, there's a panoply of messages here for you, many of which seem to involve setting scales right, either for yourself or for somebody else. It's all about healing. We have align your life, what is not aligned or needs to change. And this is a card talking about your inner nature as opposed to your outer nature, your career, your job, your place in the world, your role in society, the family, community, whatever. And it's interesting that we also have, for the spell card, successful career, a happy working environment, pay rises and promotions. There is a change coming, and again, with all of these astrological energies, certain ones will manifest externally. Others are ones that you can choose to take on board and utilize or not. So certainly something as subtle as the galactic download through the moon that we that we receive every month, then that's a far more subtle energy. And the moon can be about emotions, among other things. It can also be about motherhood. It can also be about mystery and magic, and that's the side of the moon I'm particularly drawn to. But then again, the moon is pretty much my ruling planet. But we have align your life, so you need to make sure that who you are being reflects your being. That's a good title. And But there's people to support you here. There's a kindred partnership that is arriving here. There's people that you can work with. And your intuition is going to lead you in the correct direction, which is what Krishna with devotion says. But this Grove card, very much about healing. Now, this Wisdom of the House of Night, and I've never read the House of Night books. I only found out that they existed due to this Oracle card deck. I was just led to it. So this is the messages from a fictionalized version in a series of books called House of Night of the goddess Nyx, who in this is something to do with vampires and vampire romance or something. So we're talking to a young egregoric facade of the great goddess Nyx. So Grove, now is the time to apologise to anyone you have harmed. Make your friendships whole again. So we've got that vibe with the kindred partnership that's coming up. So maybe you will gain some form of insight into healing a friendship or healing a relationship. I mean, also we have for the angel energy here, the angel of serenity. I feel serene and tranquil when I accept who I am. So that was exactly what I was saying about this align your life card. I hadn't even paid any attention to this, but interestingly, this came out reverse. So it's the Goetic spirit Marbus with unrestrained living, but also Mahasya with rectification, setting something right. But the unrestrained living to me means truly being you, and maybe even looking towards finding a career where you can do exactly that, because as we have from the Moonology, your dreams need a practical plan and expect powerful change. Now, that's no news to anybody. There's a lot of change going on in the world as it is at the moment, and there's going to be more. You know, just look at the astrology of this year. Should quieten down for a little bit, and then we get another boost sort of autumn time, I think, of everything going crazy again. Anyway, back to Grove. Choosing my beautiful Grove is a powerful sign that you are at a wondrous and strong time in your life. Again, a perfect time to set the balance of everything right. Show compassion and kindness to others. No one is perfect, yet imperfection is perfect as it is. If you are hurting, know that it will pass and that I watch over you. This is the fictional goddess Nyx. If someone you love is hurting, take this time to be there for this person. The sacred grove heals all aches and pains, especially a heart that has been wounded. So it's very much along the lines of doing the work for healing yourself or healing others, but certainly healing the disparity between your inner being and your outer being, physical being, external manifestation. But there is change here if you are prepared to live in an unrestrained manner. You can bring that change around, but that is by accepting who you are and what is good for you and what is bad for you. So let's see what the tarot have got to say with all of this when they decide to react and say something. Here we go. We have the devil, which I will of course clarify with my demon possessed tarot. But you are being given the insight, and you already know where there is that disparity between the inner you and the outer you. But if there's a new kindred partner who comes along, or a very close friend that you are healing things with, this signifies a new beginning for you. It signifies a lot of happiness if you take the steps to go, yeah, that's where I feel at home. That's where I feel good. Doing that is an expression of my inner self. Doing that is just drudgery and not the inner me. And I do believe that some form of dream or message or idea will be presented to you, which makes you go, yes, that's what I want to be doing. Yes, that's where I want to be going. And you might be lucky on the career side. Either that or you're starting your own business. But remember, your dreams need a practical plan. Don't focus on what is broken, focus upon what has not broken and is still working really well. But when it comes to, if it's somebody else that you are needing to heal or to apologize to, as the Grove description said, make sure that other people are not restraining you. That's the other thing that I feel, that somewhere you are hampered, you are being held back. Now, even if you are there feeling that somebody else is holding you back, no, that's you. That's you letting them. So we have, yes, the Three of Cups. Maybe there's some form of new friendship coming along that gets you out of a toxic group of people, or there's a new level of communication coming along that changes a toxic situation. And this kindred partnership here with the Fool and the Three of Cups here, it all seems to be more about friendship than I'd say a love relationship. You could apply it to a love relationship, but I don't think it's that. But there's a focus on healing yourself to get the right career, not get the right career to heal yourself, but suddenly through the work, having the devotion to figure out, that feels like a perfect expression of me. I'm going to do that. I know, here we go. Right, but all I've got to say is, that's it, Scorpio. Speak to you soon. Cheers. Okay, Sagittarius, as much as I don't like doing love readings, there seems to be a huge element of love reading here. We have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. The love card from the Wisdom of the House of Night. From the Work Your Light, we have no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. Friends and colleagues feature in the Quantum Oracle, and Lord Ganesh brings infinite abundance from the Keepers of the Light Oracle. Obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. We have the spell card for wishes come true, rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. The Angel of the Essence of Love dominates this reading here. Let love be the centre of my life. And then we have Manakel with knowledge of good and evil, and Nithael with rejuvenation. Right, so bear in mind this reading either is for you or it isn't, but it appears like there's a situation going on that you are being given the insight to draw to a close. By drawing it to a close, you need to say no at the end of it. This love card does indicate the commitment to love coming in, especially when we have wishes come true and let love be the centre of my life. But that no card makes me think, hang on a minute, there is a true love out there. Is it necessarily the one you are looking at right now? Or is the one that you are looking at right now simply there to pass the time? And these are questions that you do have to look yourself. When I say pass the time, you know, this could be days, weeks, months, years. But there is an intensification of friendships and bonds within your friendship or colleague circle, possibly new people coming in that you automatically click with. But I will, from the House of Night Oracle, because I'm still getting used to this one, but I'll read it out because there's one phrase that choosing this symbol is a powerful sign that love in all forms is in your life now. I mean, that's pretty obvious with the essence of love and wishes come true and the fiery climax approaching, whatever that may mean. You know, that might be getting rid of one person to open the door for another. That might mean the end of a torrid flirtation that actually gets somewhere. It could be the end of self-work, you know, and learning to love yourself here. But if that's what it is, you've got to say no to yourself for something. And that figures with Manakel underneath with the knowledge of good and evil, knowing what is good for you and what is not, and what is good for those around you and what is not, because the people around you are going to increase in importance pretty soon. And you may turn around and go, hey, how's that work? They're important anyway. Yes, but you wait and see. But there is a doorway to infinite abundance. Ganesh brings luck. That's the one thing that he does. He helps remove obstacles. And it's removing obstacles here to your own personal rejuvenation through the act of love. But let's just continue with what this, the House of Night, Wisdom of the House of Night cards. They are the Goddess Nyx out of the House of Night series that I've not read. So we're talking about a fictional egregore mask of Nyx talking to us through authors. But Colette Baron Reid's involved, so hey, I like the cards are lovely. So anyway, there is a responsibility to this also, love being in your life. You must give love freely without conditions and love others because your heart is open. There is something else here to consider. Love can be a confusing force too and can sometimes ask a sacrifice of you. If your heart is aching and feels like it's broken, know that love, capital L, has a greater love, little l, for you later. No matter where you are in your life right now, love has come to guide you into an important experience. Trust in love. And when we've got the angel of the essence of love right underneath it, so this may be love for your fellow man. This may be love for your community, for your family, for more than your family. With that friends and colleagues card, there's a lot more than your family. It could well be that new people are coming into your life. But be wary of committing yourself, especially, I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday that Venus turns retrograde. And under a Venus retrograde, everything can seem absolutely wonderful. And then 4 months later, you go, what was I thinking? You know, so beware of commitments. Yes, beware of sacrifices as well, because there is the promise of something greater coming along, unless you know for certain that this is the something greater. But if you know that for certain, you've pretty much got to know it by Wednesday before Venus retrograde starts confusing everything. Okay, Sagittarius, good luck with this. I'm half jealous and half think I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. So, yeah, speak to you soon. Okay, Capricorn. Well, I completely forgot to use the tarot for Sagittarius, so they're here in my hand ready so I don't forget. Now, it looks like the energies are telling you, 1, keep an open mind, and 2, have some fun. We have individuality and understanding. So the understanding card is the one that is saying, keep an open mind. It's the one that's saying just, you know, don't spring to judgment. But the individuality card is saying if something feels like you are compromising yourself, then don't do it. But what you can do is play. We have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious, followed immediately by joyous fun. And there is growth in this. There is something that will be revealed through the act of play, you know, larking about, just doing something that has no real end result will give you an end result. I know that sounds curious, but a fiery climax approaches, which same as what Sagittarius got, rather indicates that something has been going on and something that maybe you need to take a break from. And this is why there's the do not compromise yourself, but have some fun. However this fun is going to, if someone comes and asks you, this is with the North Node shifting into Gemini as well, I think, is about doing different things and doing things that are far more physical with your hands. Or you get invited to a pottery class, do it. Even if you're sat there thinking, I've never done pottery in my life, but do it, because it doesn't matter. You didn't want to do pottery to start off with. You've just had this opportunity arrive for you, and you may find that you're really good at it, or you may find that you're absolutely useless at it, but it doesn't really matter because it's not something that you had on your list of goals anyway. So you can just take the time to enjoy, do something. If something is suggested to you and your immediate thought is, well, that's pointless, do it anyway. If it's not compromising yourself, do it. Go and have some fun. We have the angel of knowing. My sense of inner knowing leads me to the light. So again, with that fiery climax and the individuality, it's making me think that there's something going on where you know that you can have the chance of compromising yourself, or that you are compromising yourself. You're not necessarily seeing a way out of it, but this act of play will take you out of it. The North Node in Gemini, according to Astrolada, is go and do something that you haven't done before. That's where I got the pottery class example. I think she said pottery. It might have been painting or something. But while you're there, you could end up meeting somebody who is a really good friend, or even the love of your life, you know, or give you a real boost on your career or something. So go and enjoy. But stay true to yourself in the meantime. This is what the Lunar Galactic download energies are definitely highlighting to you, where you need to stay true to yourself. But they're also highlighting to you where to go and have some fun. And if it's something where, well, if I do that, I'm neither being true to myself or not being true to myself. It doesn't matter. I don't care one way or another. Well, if you don't care one way or another, try it. The astrology said so. These cards say so. Because right following that, we have the guardian angel of spiritual growth. The way I become spiritual is simply to become myself. So through this act of play, you may well find a new way of expressing yourself. And we have Horus with Cosmic Gateway. I love this card. I like Horus anyway. It's one of my more favourite deities. But your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Now, straight under that, from the spell cards, we have, well, they're called Making Magic. Lovely little deck. We've got the astrological symbol for the sun. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. So go for these play opportunities, whatever they are. Whatever nonsense one of your friends comes up and says, I'm going here, do you want to come with me? And they're expecting you to say no because it's not your thing. But they've invited you, so why not? Try it. Like I say, approach it with an open mind, because whatever else you've got going on, that's finishing soon, and that's probably a good thing. So let's see what the tarot I've got to say with all of this. Right, that means the deck's ready. So yes, if you ensure, my God, all these cards are so, the tarot cards for these Lunar Galactic download readings, I don't think I've had one miserable card yet. You watch it, I've said it now. No, they're all lovely. So, with individuality, we have the Empress. There will be fertility and abundance as long as you do not compromise yourself. But the play and joyous fun will bring happiness, Ten of Cups, and the Sun. You know, as I call it, the happy, happy, joy, joy card. It will bring, as it says here, fame and fortune. It can indicate children if that's what you're after. It can indicate children if that's not what you're after. But that's not necessarily, depends what sort of fun and play you go for. If you're going for a more physical form of play, then take precautions, because Four of Pentacles, you need to protect yourself, but you know this. and you are, with the Angel of Knowing, it's saying that you are finding the ways to protect yourself. But I'm really feeling like that's connecting with that Understanding card. It's protecting that inner core of who you are. You are not compromising yourself. The spiritual growth, the way I become spiritual is simply to become myself. Easier said than done, and there will be slow progress. But in all of what I haven't mentioned is Melahel, healing capacity. And also with Aim, destruction of environment. Now, I feel that both are relevant. With that fiery climax approaching, there is a destruction of the environment that has been bad for you and where you could compromise yourself. Once that is out of the way, we've got the Two of Cups here. So there is a wonderful unity or redemption that is coming along. There may well be some form of love affair or something here, or certainly some form of greater self-love and self-understanding. But I'm also seeing, with this joyous fun, I'm seeing lots of new people. You know, this could almost be the friends and colleagues card that was in the Sagittarius reading that was coming in. I think you and Sag are probably have similar things going on. But there is, through this acts of play, there is recognition coming for you. Three of Pentacles, the recognition card, clarifying the golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. So you stay true to yourself. You will get known for being true to yourself, and that is a good thing. Okay, speak soon, Capricorn. Cheers. Okay, Aquarius, there is most definitely a theme here going for you. We have step out of your comfort zone to start off with, which speaks volumes in and of itself, but wait till you get a load of the rest of them. We have the High Priestess of Spirit, Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? An Inner Temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. The Sacred Temple from the Quantum Oracle, and Isis with magic manifesting from Keepers of the Light Oracle. And then from the spell cards, we have, and I love this, I haven't seen this one before, Abracadabra with wings. Fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. We have Aizalel with loyalty, and my friend Beleth with wastrels and vagabonds from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. I'll get to that one in a minute. And importantly, the Angel of Reconciliation. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean reconciliation with a past relationship or anything. The quote it says is, "Let me be fully reconciled with what I have left behind." So what that means is do the work to be okay with it, because the High Priestess of Spirit shows a focus on those matters spiritual. I mean, hey, you're watching a tarot reading, so of course you're focusing on those matters spiritual, but I believe that there's a way for you to start taking it to another level, literally abracadabra with wings. Because we have the Inner Temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart, and followed by the Sacred Temple. And those temples are representing your heart chakra, your crown chakra, your act of living can be a temple, should be a temple, make it a temple. No matter what your situation is, and that's one thing this High Priestess of Spirit card says, no matter what the situation is, have faith that there is a plan. With Isis, you know you are able to bring something back into existence if that is what you want to do, and you are also able to create a good harvest. You know, Isis could be an Empress card, if I remember correctly. Didn't she add power to the harvests along the Nile? She was the one that helped put her husband Osiris back together again. Now with Beleth, card number 13, indicating the centre of the circle and indicating the influence that can spread out from that center of the circle. The number 13 in and of itself, in my image, can then represent the astrological symbol for the sun. And Beleth is very dear to me. It does, one thing Beleth can give is endings, change and endings, and love, but change and endings. And with this whole angel of reconciliation, let me be fully reconciled with what I have left behind, I rather think that, yeah, maybe recently you have been called to leave something behind. Maybe at the moment you are going, hang on a minute, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Why is this all going on? There is a plan. There is most definitely a plan going on here. And it is, I don't want to say, it's not on the level of initiation or forging a sword in the fire, like is an image I will sometimes use in my tarot readings. No, been there, done that already. This is now the moment afterwards where you just go, okay, now what do I do? And start to integrate the various lessons that have been going dum, 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 dum at you. And the various losses and gains, let's say, and gains, the things that suddenly have arrived in your life and you're going, what the hell is that doing here? So, okay, these cards are most definitely ready. This one wants to go first. Yes, you are being led along by the divine here. And if you spend the time to look after yourself, there will be a good harvest. Basically, your ships come in, you know, 3 of Wands ships coming in. But you need to be able to work to that inner temple, which means you need to remember what you have retained, not what you have lost. But you may well be surprised if you concentrate on your own inner temple, sacred temple, and on what you have retained, listening to that voice that is still saying to you, go on, go that way, keep doing it, you're okay, you're on the right path. And you're like, I'm about to walk into a nuclear burning wasteland. Doesn't matter. You're on the right path. Keep going. Have faith that good things are coming to happen for you. Wheel of Fortune. Clarifying. I never remember that word. Clarifying Isis with magic manifesting. Her little logo here is, your dreams, visions and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. And that's why you've got to do this concentration on your own inner temple, concentration on your own sense of self, your own sense of connection to the divine, your own sense of purity, of character, yeah, your own, that bit within you that is sacred, that bit within you that no matter what else has been going on, no matter what has been destroyed or taken away from you, it's okay, because that bit hasn't. Yes, it's been making space. Yeah, it's been making space for a whole new chapter of your life coming along. Now that chapter's not quite here yet, but it's on its way. It's on its way and it's very, very close. We've got the Page of Wands. So news is going to come to you with all this magical stuff, because I think with that High Priestess of Spirit, and you may have been saying, oh, what's going on? What am I doing here? I'm trying to do all the good things, and now that's gone wrong, that's gone wrong, that's destroyed, that's burnt down, that's gone wrong. That's fine. That's fine. It makes the space. Think of the Tower card. It makes the space to rebuild. It makes the space to build things that you actually want. And Beleth here will take you into these new worlds, into these new new experiences. You know where your loyalties need to lie, and Spirit will be loyal to you if you are loyal to you. So because if you're not loyal to you, well then why should they bother? Yeah, that's a good enough. Yeah, I mean, I can waffle more, but that's a good enough place to finish that. If you aren't loyal to you, then why should Spirit bother? Be loyal to you. Cheers. Okay, Pisces, what the Lunar Galactic download promises for you appears to be some form of message, some form of signal, and some form of signal coming to give you a real good kick up the backside to whatever it is that you came here to this planet to do. We have, with that message card, we have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and soul drive. So that promises kindred spirits coming to you. However, we also have fragmented energy. So I'm wondering if these kindred spirits that are coming to you are aspects of yourself that you are also reintegrating. If you've ever read anything about, oh, now what's the phrase? Soul fragmentation. That's it. You know, how trauma can split off aspects of your soul, or you look at it in a emotional way, how you can repress memories. But I also I'm drawn to the idea of reconnecting with the multidimensional aspects of yourself, other lives, other existences. And if there is only now and there is no time, your past lives and future lives are happening right now. And this is what you can reach out and connect with. And that is certainly what the Melchizedek card implies to me, that high level of spiritual awareness or of self-awareness. Normally this fragmented energy card is a bad thing. I don't feel bad about it at all. I feel like it's almost like you're going, oh, there's a bit of me, and oh, there's a bit of me. Welcome back. What have you been up to since we split up? You know, there's you have step out of your comfort zone with the North Node, again, just gone into Gemini. So we're all coming out of our homes now and wanting to do things and charge ahead of things. Knight of Wands here, and surrender to the divine. So like I say, that with message, yeah, you're going to be given your marching orders by Spirit, one way or another, whatever that means for you. We have the guardian angel of young adults. I am guided and protected as I begin to choose my path in life. Now, as I begin to choose my path in life, like I say, there's this whole new beginning vibe. There's no new beginning cards here yet, still to do the tarot, but where's that gone? Five of Swords, right? So Seven of Swords, sorry. An end to some conflicts, some secrets that come out that suddenly make you go, ooh. As I begin to choose my path in life, it's, I would say, in the context of what I've said so far, you become aware of your choice of path in life, possibly since before you came here. But you are going to be linking with kindred spirits and gaining recognition, and somehow that fragmentation helps the recognition. So somehow, I mean, personally, I think if we are multi-dimensional beings, and reincarnation and time doesn't exist and blah, 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 blah. There's other me's walking around right now. And if you've ever seen a cartoon called, I think it's called The Cosmic Egg or something, it's one universe, it's one person who lives all of the lives all the way through. And if we're all part of the divine, then that's exactly what does occur anyway. But it is time to plan and move forward with your learning. Melchizedek go into the Two of Wands, but this will bring manifestation around, and this will be, or the other thing with that young guardian angel of young adults, if you are not a young adult, like I'm not particularly a young adult, I still feel like a young adult, but I'm not one, then maybe you're being put into a guardianship role, and certainly have the tools to do that. But with a bit of intellectual lucidity, you have the tools to go for this. And the other thing that made me think about the multidimensionality of self, okay, this is way out there, this particular reading. This is nowhere near as nuts and bolts as I like to be. But we have safe and happy travel, protection from harm while journeying. Now, as the South Node moves into Sagittarius, we are supposed to be having difficulties with travel, even to a point of astral travel. But this fragmented energy, this linking with other parts of yourself, and bear in mind this could be with parts of your history, if you look at it that way. You know, certainly with the secrets coming out, some great family secret is revealed, and you're suddenly go, oh, well, that explains like 15,000 things, and then you just sit back and watch the dominoes in your head fall, because that means that means that means that means that, and on you go. But you are being called out of your comfort zone, and fast when you get the signal. So you need to react fast when you get that signal. That's all I can say from that. Good luck, Pisces. I'm now going to rewatch this and watch out for the signal myself. All right, speak soon. Cheers. Well, I just thought I'd add a few final thoughts for the big video. Obviously, there's timestamps down below, but if you've got this far, you've already seen them. The full moon readings were really quite rebellious, revolutionary, to an element confrontational, but this energy is very much more inwardly focused, but almost like it's planting a light into us which can then get beamed out. Sort of a plug straight in through the crown and then the heart chakra shining, because it's very much focused on healing. On healing yourself and then being able to use that to heal your environment, which is a welcome change to the feelings that I was getting from the full moon readings that were, like I say, a lot more, well, not a lot more, but a little bit more aggressive. But the moon energies, certainly it's subtle with the galactic center. But there are some beautiful windows opening up for people. Thank you for watching right to the end. Comment down below if you like this big video. Okay, cheers.